Good evening, everyone. This is yours truly, J Blue 68. Today is September the 13th, 2019, Friday the 13th, and I am not superstitious. And I probably should be doing a video based upon something Friday the 13th related, maybe a NECA toy with, what's his name, Jason Voorhees, but I'm not. Instead, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And it's based off of some very, very important news, rumor news that I've heard circulating around the internet, around social media. But before I get into this news, I just want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for liking my channel and supporting my channel, commenting on my channel. I really appreciate you all very, very, very much. Believe me, I do. So, in front of you, you see three very important, very controversial, very popular and famous people. Two happen to be actual real life people, and one is fiction. You have the X-Men, we have Malcolm X, and Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, the rumor is, some of you may have heard by now, is that they're saying that the new cast for the X-Men movie, that Professor Xavier will be black, and so will Magneto. Now, there's a legendary tale that's been heard probably over and over again, and this is not fiction, it's not philosophy, that Stan Lee once said when he created the X-Men that they were based off of the civil rights movement, based off of hatred towards African Americans, or Afro Americans as they were called during that time, also called Negroes or Negro Americans during that time. That during the time that he lived, he'd never seen such hatred towards a group of people in his life, and what he experienced and seen, the hatred that was garnered towards African American peoples during that time, and still is now, of course. Stan Lee's been was very open-minded about that particular comment and that stance. And when he created the X-Men, and you can check it out yourselves, you can Google it, you know, if you haven't already, that he based the X-Men characters off of the civil rights movement and off of these two people here, Dr. King and, as I indicated, Malcolm X. Malcolm X was the extremist, Dr. King was the pacifist. And those characteristics are replicated in both the fictionary characters, Magneto and Professor Charles Xavier. So it's a rumor right now. The X-Men universe has been shaken up, or is about to be shaken up more than we expected. Kevin Feige is going on to say that he wanted to do something very, very different with the X-Men, something that we haven't seen before. You know, and of course, you know, most of our superheroes we see, and this is not a racist comment, because I have a lot of subscribers who are Caucasian males, you know, and subscribers who are black males. And as far as I'm concerned, we're all nerd brothers, you know, we're all nerd brothers. So we have a common ground, you know, whether black, white, or Puerto Rican. There are differences in terms of culture, you know, but, you know, those cultures are to be respected, not disrespected, and not hindered, or not a hindrance in between us. So I don't know, you know, I'm a comic book purist. I don't mind things staying the same, but I don't mind things being shaken up a little bit too. You know, and since we've seen the X-Men done the same way for the last 20 years, they're trying to do something different. I know there's going to be a lot of ranting, a lot of upset people about this. But I honestly think in the long run that Kevin knows what he's doing. I think that Marvel knows what they're doing, and I trust their decision, if it's true. If it's not true, then I hope to see, what's his name that played as Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe. I was actually on another YouTube channel where I was petitioning them to cast Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine, and I could see him actually doing it. But, you know, I got a lot of pushback from that, and I got a lot of support at the same time. If this rumor is true, The actors that I see playing as Professor Xavier and Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto, Eric Lensher. I see Denzel Washington. I don't know why, but he's been on my mind a lot lately, and I've seen him recently in a commercial ad, them promoting the movie that he was in. What was that movie called? I don't know what the movie he made recently. It was a sequel that he made where he was a tough guy, assassin. God, I can't think of it right now. Anyway, I seen a commercial of him recently, and I've been saying to myself, why haven't they recruited Denzel Washington? I'm sure they've been knocking on his door repeatedly. I think too that there's a reason why Wesley Snipes was not recast as Blade, because I have a feeling either he's going to show up in the next Blade movie to be the new Whistler, replacing Christopher Christopher's character, or he will be recruited to play as Magneto, Eric Lensher. I can see it for some reason. Both of them have acted together before. Denzel Washington has taken on a lot of pacifist roles, and of course Wesley Snipes has always been, the more rebellious, one, the one on edge. So I can see that as them possibly recruiting those two actors to play in those iconic roles, if the rumor mill is true, that the X-Men, they're not just saying that Charles Xavier is going to be black and Professor X are going to be black. They're saying the entire X-Men team will be black. To what extent that is, I don't know. Meaning, if they could be African Americans or Africans or whatever, or actors from Africa. I'm cool with it, of course. As an African American male, I am. But as a comic book purist, I can see the pushback and I can see the resentment and the ranting. But don't let your rants, get too extreme. That you become the pushback people too, and that we've seen comic book characters done the same way over and over and over again. So they're really pushing towards a lot of change. I mean, even having a first, they have a superhero in the Eternals who's deaf, the first deaf actress to play in a superhero role. Of course, a lot of women who have replaced male roles in some movies. So on, and etc. I know that this video may not get a lot of like and support, but I'm just the messenger. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I'm sure I'll get some comments, not very kind, but oh well. Hey, I'm not making the movie. I'm just bringing the news. Again, I'm cool with it, but I see all points of view, not just one, all. I will respond to any and all comments made on this video. But please keep in mind, I'm not the decision maker. I'm the commenter. All right, that's it. That's all, y'all. I'll have a comic book haul tomorrow, which will feature the X-Men in it. It'll feature the comic books that came out this past Wednesday, okay? Peace, love, and hair grease.